Hey everyone, my name is Douglas Ohm, and I am from Courageous Consciousness, and I am here today to talk about why I think that you should start a meditation practice today if you don't already have one. And I'd like to start off by talking a little bit about how I got into meditation, and then maybe go into a little bit about some maybe ideas, misconceptions that people have about meditation and then kind of tell you how I would start if you've never really done it before. Uh, so, what I will tell you is that I've been meditating now for about 3 years, roughly. Um, Back when I lived in New York with my husband Rashawn, I was very, very, very closed off to meditation. Um, Living in New York, I mean, I just honestly, I was miserable most of the time, and I think I was just kind of happy wallowing in my misery, as unfortunate as that sounds. Um, but Rashawn had discovered meditation a couple of years before I did, and he would go to these classes in Manhattan, and they were on Tuesday and Thursday nights, and he would get home kind of late, maybe 10:30 from these meditations, and it was like he was floating. It was like he was floating into the house, and I just wasn't ready for it. He would want to talk to me about it and he wanted to introduce me to it. And honestly, at the time, I just was like, no. In fact, I remember one time I actually yelled at him about it and I'm like, don't tell me anymore. I don't want to learn anymore. Uh, but hey, thankfully, it grew on me. So, about 3 years ago, I moved to Knoxville, Tennessee, from New York, and it was kind of a rough going at first. I was starting school. My third day in town, I had gotten robbed. Uh, they took all my money, and I just was not feeling that great and not feeling very connected to things around me. Um, and so, thankfully, one night, my really wonderful mother-in-law uh, she knew of this Monday night meditation group here in town, and it was at the local Buddhist center. And so she said, "Hey, you want to go?" And I know other people who are going. And I said, "Yeah, sure, okay, I'll try it. What's the worst that's going to happen? It's 45 minutes of my life gone. Okay." So I go, and the place was awesome. Buddhist center has all the cool flags like I have up here behind me, and I just really loved it. It was a 45-minute long sit, which I never thought I would have been able to accomplish, but I got through it. And I started meeting some of the people in the group, and they started introducing me to other meditation groups in town. And then eventually, thankfully, I started my own meditation practice at home. Um, and I wouldn't do it any other way. I love meditation, both by myself and in groups. But what I learned over time is that I think people have a lot of these ideas about meditation and what it has to be or what it should be. It doesn't have to be anything. It shouldn't have to be anything. So, my recommendation is if you want to start a meditation practice, start small, but start today because meditation is one of those things where you will see a really great benefit in your life. You will feel more connected to other people. You'll feel just more connected to the rest of the world, honestly. But you really have to get started with it to get going. I don't know a better way of saying that. So here's where I think people who are getting started with meditation kind of get off track. First thing is that they tend to think that you have to do it for long periods of time. You don't. Start with 5 minutes, okay? Second thing I think a lot of people get wrong is that they think that they have to, sit in the lotus position with, your fingers like this, and you have to go om and things like that. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You can do meditation anywhere. You can do meditation laying down in your bed. You can do it sitting in a chair. You can do it wherever you want, wherever you're comfortable. You can do it in your car if you want. It's really that simple. But what you do want to do is you do want to try and quiet your mind. That is really the goal of meditation, is to at first just try and quiet your mind and focus on something other than the thoughts that go through our head, a million times a day, right? So here's how I would suggest you start if you've never meditated before. First of all, find a comfortable place to be where you can be alone. It could be your bed, it could be a chair, it could be a cushion on the floor. I don't care. Just find a nice, comfortable space where you can just have 5 minutes to yourself. Second thing, close your eyes. Easy peasy. Don't fall asleep. Just close your eyes for 5 minutes. You can do it. Trust me, you can do it. And then just get comfortable. Just make sure you're feeling good. What is usually recommended, and I find is actually really helpful, is to have what they call a half smile on your face while you try and meditate. That might be something you want to kind of work your way up to, but there's actually a lot of scientific evidence that says that if you smile, you will create happy feeling chemicals throughout your body. So it just really makes the meditation practice that much better. So, you know, now you're sitting, now your eyes are closed, maybe you have this nice little half smile on your face. That's great. Next thing I would suggest you do is just start by focusing on your breath. It's really that simple. Just a simple in and out. And you don't even have to change your breath. If you're taking shallow breaths, keep taking shallow breaths. If you're taking deep breaths, keep taking deep breaths. That's fine. But just focus on the breath. Feel the in and feel the out. And naturally, when you first get started, of course, thoughts are going to try and creep back into your head. That's only natural. It's going to happen to you. It takes several years of meditating to really get past thoughts coming into your head. I've been meditating for 3 years. Thoughts still come in my head all the time. Don't judge it. Don't worry about it. If you lose track of your breath and you start catching yourself thinking about, I don't know, the Kardashians or whatever else happens to be going through your head, just gently try sweeping it aside. Imagine a broom going through your head or something and just kind of gently sweeping those thoughts aside. And then when you're ready, just come back to your breath. Just in and out. And I know that sounds so simple. In fact, it is. It's deceptively simple. Meditation does not have to be anything complex. Certainly, you can do more advanced meditations that are more complex, but we'll get there. For right now, find a place for 5 minutes, sit down, and just start your meditation practice. Because I guarantee if you do that starting today, you will notice great benefits throughout the rest of your whole life. So I hope you get started. Leave me comments. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to try my best to do a video every single day. No promises, but we'll try and get there. Anyway, great talking to you guys. Hope to see you again.